Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Friday. Right? Is that what we say? Friday. All right. How y'all doing? I know a little surprise popping here on a Friday afternoon. I am here. Let me make sure it's going in the right place. I'm not like on my like not on my actual Facebook page, which is fine, whatever, but I am here for you in our group. So I wanted to come in here and share a little bit about what happened to me yesterday or what I created yesterday by not planning ahead. And I didn't even really figure it out until today. And I was talking with my friend Terry, and she helped me get a little clarity over what I was doing. And so I thought it would be helpful to share that with y'all today. So yesterday was a beautiful day. I helped my husband sponsor a hole at a golf outing, and we do it every year. And we always offer some kind of uh, fun drink and then snacks or whatever. So Wednesday evening, I shopped. So I knew exactly what was going to be at our table all day yesterday. We made what do you call it? Green tea shots. If you've ever, you can Google it, green tea, and they're really quite tasty. They're made with Jameson whiskey, peach schnapps, sour mix, and Sprite. Okay, so pretty much equal parts of all of those. And and for the golf outing, we called them green tea shots, TEE. Haha, so cute, so clever. But we did that about 3 or 4 years ago too, the same ones. But anyway, I digress. So I bought all the ingredients and I actually mixed them up the night before in the coolers. And I also shopped for the snacks and I asked Mike what he wanted. And so I went to Gordon's and I got like candy bars and chips and bags of cookies and crackers and all kinds of things like that. So I knew exactly what was going to be in front of me all day yesterday. Well, Wednesday night, I didn't make a plan. So Thursday, we got to the golf outing, we got all set up. And I've done this many, many times before. And they had the Bloody Mary mimosa bar in the morning, right? Before we even started. And I told myself, "Oh, well, you can't have like I've heard my brain slip into like major diet mentality, diet talk, right? Well, you can't have that. You don't, you can't drink at 8 in the morning because I used to be like 15 Bloody Marys all day or whatever. Maybe not so much. I'm exaggerating. But I used to drink a lot more than I drink now. And so it's just like, no, you're not going to start out your day. I could hear myself talking. You're not going to start out your day drinking a Bloody Mary. Come on. You're going to be tired. And I just heard like all this chatter in my head. And I'm like, okay, forget it. So then after about an hour, the beverage cart drives by and she asked if we want anything. And I just said, is the Bloody Mary bar still open? And no, it wasn't. And I just kept found myself slipping into wanting to have a, a drink. And so then a little while came by and then she came by again. And so Mike was getting a Bloody Mary. I said, okay, I'll have a Bloody Mary. Like, oh, okay, I'll have one. Like she's twisting my arm or whatever. And so I'm like, okay, fine. I get to have a Bloody Mary. And I could hear myself talking. I wasn't super aware of it because I was focused on we're at the golf outing, all the people, whatever. So I'm going to tell you, long story short, we get to the end of the day and I'm like, oh, I drank so much. That's what I told myself. You drank so much today and you ate all these things and you ate so much. And then I was kind of telling my husband, like, you made me drink and now I'm super tired and I don't feel good and all these things. So this morning, I know I was thinking about it last night. And so this morning I really started writing down like what I tell my clients to do, right? I've told you all to do this. Like, you didn't have a binge, right? What did you eat? Let's put it in the circumstance line. So I made a list of all the things I ate and drank that I could remember. And for the drinks, I really was really thinking about it, and I'm like, I had 1 Bloody Mary, and I had probably 6 or 6 is probably about what I had, but let's even just say 7 shots of the green tea, which was like 2 ounces, right? So I probably had 14 ounces total of those shots. And then when we were packing up and I was waiting for him to come back with the golf cart, I poured myself maybe a 6-ounce little drink, right? So, what is that? 20 ounces. So I had 1 Bloody Mary and 1 20-ounce, total of all of that drink. So I'm like, I didn't drink like so much. I just had urges that I gave into, that I reacted to instead of allowing, we'll say 8, 9 times. Okay. So I had 9 times that I didn't allow drinks for, um, or urges for drinks. Now, listen, that wouldn't have been a problem, as Terry helped me figure out, if I had just planned. Because here's the thing, I've done these golf outings so many times. I knew I could have just I probably would have put 2 Bloody Marys, maybe a Bloody Mary and maybe a Truly on my plan, and then maybe I might have even put the 7 little shots on my plan. I probably wouldn't have planned the after drink. But here's the thing, since I didn't plan it and just say, "Yeah, of course I'm gonna have a Bloody Mary and a Truly and some of these shots with the people who come by," it wouldn't have even been a problem. But I created this mind drama, right? Some of my thoughts like, "Oh, look at you. Here you are drinking, here you are doing these things." I haven't even gotten into the food I ate. But this is where it started. I started being so judgy on myself. I started, like thinking, then I started justifying what I was eating. So I wrote out all the things I could remember eating. So it started with a little container of Pringles. We were giving out little snack sized Pringles. I'm like, well, I'm hungry. I could hear myself. Well, I'm starting early today, right? I usually don't eat until 3 o'clock. This was like 9 a.m. And I'm like, well, I'm hungry. Like all the justifications. I am telling you guys all this to just let you know that it happens to all of us. And we don't have to make it mean anything negative about who we are as a person. Okay. Or letting all of our plans, here we go again. We're on a slippery slope, right? All the things that we often think when we go off of our plan. But here's the thing, getting back to the thing was I didn't even create a plan. What I could have done and what I will do next time is write a plan. And I think one of the reasons I didn't was a very sneaky thought that I wasn't even aware of, was like, I don't want to restrict myself at the golf outing, right? I don't know. Like that whole, I don't know what I'm going to want. Doesn't matter. Definitely know what I'm going to want. I'm definitely going to want a Bloody Mary. And I'm definitely probably going to want to have a second drink. And I'm definitely going to like have some fun with the people coming through that we're giving the shots to and say, yeah, let's do a shot. Hello, I bartended for 10 years. Like I know, like, and I've done this golf outing. I know that it's like a thing that I would like to do. And, but I didn't want to restrict myself and not put it on a plan. So I guess I just didn't. But then what happened was I started to get down on myself for eating and drinking things that I probably could have just planned for and been like, yeah, that's awesome. I ate what I wanted to at the golf outing. That's what this program's all about, is making a doable plan, something that we'll follow through on, something where we're going to feel proud of ourselves, right? So if I had put 1 Bloody Mary, because that's all my stomach can take now, Otherwise, I'd put 2 Bloody Marys, but 1 Bloody Mary and then a second, maybe a Truly or something. Or a Corona Light, maybe something light and refreshing, right? I would have put that on my plan and then put on the different shots, but I didn't. And instead, I drank the stuff anyway and then beat myself up in my head about it. Then I went down the road of here's the Pringles, here's a snack size Pringles. Oh, look, this bag of Chips Ahoy was open in the thing. Now, normally I'd be like, ooh, gross. I'm open bag of cookies in the box. I'm going to throw it away. It was a new box. It was just wasn't sealed. But instead, I ate half the bag. I grabbed half the bag of cookies and ate it because it was open. Right. And I started just going down that road of, well, it's just some cookies. It's just this, it's just that. We had our lunch. So I had my veggie wrap because they're so nice. They know we're vegetarian. So they made sure we got veggie wraps. I ate a bag of mini Oreos and I had some more chips and I just kind of grazed all day and then all the shots. And then later that night, we ordered pizza. And instead of my usual 2 pieces that I always feel very satisfied if I have 2 pieces, I had a third. And I had a potato skin. And then I had another bag of Oreos later. And to top off my night, I ate a bag of M&Ms. And now at that point, I was very well onto myself and all the judgy thoughts and all the things. And the M&Ms was kind of an experiment. I wanted to see what thoughts came up. And I just wanted to remind myself, I think, that I don't even like M&Ms. Do you know what I like about M&Ms? I like when the candy coating you're sucking on it, it starts to melt away, and then the chocolate is just warm and it melts in your mouth. But I didn't really particularly enjoy it. So it was a good reminder of that. But then today again, when I was talking with Terry, she also reminded me of the mental and emotional energy I used all day at that golf outing. So spending the whole day working with my husband, I even talked a lot about this, but I use a lot of mental energy. I do a lot of thought work in my relationship. That was part of it. Just sponsoring a booth at a golf outing and just like being on all day, even though like I enjoy seeing all the people I haven't seen in so long and chatting with them and, just those quick little catch ups and not catch ups, but not like eating ketchup, but catching up really quick while they're just waiting to golf. It's a lot of mental energy. And I realized having not planned ahead, I was like, oof, just taking some deep breaths, like better have some chips, better have some Pringles because those are good, and they're not really, my body didn't want those foods. My body was excited for that veggie wrap, put a little hummus. I just remembered I snacked on some, what I had brought was hummus and some like special crackers to dip it in because I was like, I knew I didn't want to eat that stuff, but I had forgotten. Look at that. Just remember something else. When you plan ahead, my primal brain took over, right? So when we plan ahead with our prefrontal cortex, which I did sort of because I made sure we had foods that would fuel my body. But in the moment, since I hadn't written it down in my planner, in the moment, I just grabbed whatever. Grabbed those right in front of me on that table all day. So here's the thing. I talk to my clients about like diet mentality is making sure we never have cookies in the house or the whatever it is, right? Like we don't have those things, the chips that we can't resist, right? Get them out. But here's the thing, there are going to be circumstances when you're going to be around foods that normally or in the past you would have binged on, you would have overeaten, you would have eaten when knowing it doesn't feel good in your body. And that is exactly what happened to me yesterday. I used the circumstance of having these foods readily available and being outside of my normal routine to eat more than I really would have liked to. Now, so not planning ahead caused me to, I actually drank probably less than I would have even given myself on my plan, knowing I would be at a golf outing. So in my mind, I was over drinking when in reality, had I planned ahead, it would have been fine. Um, which took me down that path of all that kind of negative talk, all that chatter, that punitive talk in my head, right? You're supposed to be a life coach. Look at you eating those chips. You're a weight loss coach. You're a stop overeating coach. What is your problem? And so that's why I wanted to come here and share it with you, because there are going to be days when maybe your mental energy is down. Maybe you haven't planned ahead and you just kind of, your brain goes to that, like that vague space of you're drinking too much. When in reality, when I wrote it down, I was like, that is less than what I would have given myself on my plan, that I would have enjoyed on my plan. Like thinking back, I'm like, man, I wish I would have made a plan and I would have enjoyed that Bloody Mary. And then I would have enjoyed another drink and I would have enjoyed those shots without beating myself up. Now, again, beating yourself up is not mandatory, but that's where my brain went. And that's okay. And I think that's why I had the third piece of pizza, right? Going down that brain spiral of the fuck it eating. Okay. We talk about the fuck it eating. Well, fuck it. Right. I'll start tomorrow. But we can give ourselves grace. We can say, listen, that's what happened yesterday. And now today's a new day. But here's the thing, you definitely want to get curious about it. You want to write it all out, do a thought download, write down exactly what you ate, what you drank, whatever it was, write it down, and then get super curious, compassionate curiosity. What caused me to think the thoughts I thought yesterday? What caused me to drink the drinks I drank? What caused me to eat the foods I ate? Make those choices. They were choices, right? Again, you can't, your primal brain can't do anything unless your prefrontal cortex tells it to, okay, allows it to. So, um, so getting super curious. So that's the difference. Someone had mentioned like apathy. Like, when do I just feel apathy? And I'm like, well, I think that would be when you give yourself, maybe you're maybe too like I don't think we can be too compassionate with ourselves, but we also want to get curious. Like, I'm not upset about yesterday. I am like fascinated by what happened with the drinks, especially. That's always been a thing with me. So, um, just noticing that the more I told myself, "Oh, you're drinking too much," and the more I beat myself up about the drinking, the more I'm just like, "Well, I'm drinking." That this just came to me, and that didn't even come out in my thought download, was like, in my head, I was drinking so much that I needed to put stuff in my stomach because I wasn't gonna feel good if I didn't at least have something in my stomach. Interesting, sneaky little thoughts. Hmm. Um, so funny. So funny. So, um, it's really important to get stuff out on paper and really look at it and get curious about it. So now I know, like, totally fine. So I have my food plan today and I have my drink plan, right? I know that I'm going to want to have wine tonight. I'm like, that's fine. You don't have to cut out things you enjoy to lose weight. You want to get curious about it, right? Like, I don't need to have 3 pieces of pizza every day or even 2 pieces of pizza every day. But I can certainly eat, like, I'm not even upset that I had pizza for dinner, right? You get to put that on your plan. But it's when you restrict yourself, when you go down that mental road of how you fucked up, that's that's when we need to take a pause, right? Let's take a pause. take a look at it, what happened, and so I see where a lot of factors happened. I see the not planning ahead and how thinking in this vague I'm over drinking created this situation where I just kind of ate all these items that I listed out, which I forgot to write down. You know, it's funny, I totally forgot to even write down the veggie wrap. I forgot to write down the one thing I actually was looking forward to eating yesterday was my veggie wrap for lunch. So funny. So funny. So get super curious, compassionate curiosity, right? And I see I see where what happened. I see exactly what happened now, right? So I just wanted to pop in on a Friday here and share with you my celebration, right? I'm celebrating the fact that I found out a new thing about myself. And having my friend Terry help me through like getting some more clarity on the mental energy that I was using focusing on the circumstance of yesterday, the golf outing, the people, all the people, my husband, all the things. I was using a lot of mental energy yesterday. And so, anyway, just want to offer that to you. Okay. All right, you guys, have a fantastic weekend. Plan ahead. It's not about restriction. Put those drinks on your plan. If you know you like to have 2 drinks, put them on your plan. Now, when you want the 3rd drink, that's when you want to do that thought work. That's when you want to allow the urge and not react to it. So that was the thing. I was just kept perpetuating this cycle with each shot I took. I was perpetuating, I have an urge, I'm gonna take the shot and I'm gonna beat myself up about it, right? Instead of had I put the drink and all the shot, I want to make this really clear. And I hope that it's really clear. Had I put 10 shots throughout the day on my plan, it wouldn't have been giving into an urge, right? Reacting to an urge. It would have been, oh, time for this shot number 3 that's on my plan. It feels like it sounds like a subtle difference, but it everything, right? I just kept perpetuating that urge react cycle, right? I just kept perpetuating that cycle. The more I thought I was giving into an urge rather than, oh yeah, this is my 5th shot. I'm going to do it with this group here. Okay? So, just want to make that really clear and I wanted to be really transparent with you today. I think my battery's dying. I hope you can hear me. All right. I love you all. Have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you again real soon. All right. Bye bye.